Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you how to take the PDFs that the curriculum team is providing for you and turn those into something that is easily written on by your students. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we are in the folder that the teachers pull the information from, and I am in ELA first grade week 4, and I'm going to go to day 5. And I'm going to this particular one because there's lots of different options here for PDFs that students can write on. And so I'm going to go to this one first, and I'm going to double click on this PDF because this is the one that I want to start with. And I want to take this that my students are supposed to write on and turn it into something that they can easily write on without having to take a picture or print this out and then write on it and then take a picture of it and upload it back to me. So I am going to come up here to the top and I'm going to say open with, and I'm going to choose a PDF viewer. There are several that Google provides or that Google has, and you probably have one here to be able to open it. I'm going to open this up, and then it's got to take a second to open. And when it comes up, I'm going to scroll up here just like this, and I am going to select this first slide right here. The section, I'm going to take a section of this information. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to basically clip it from this page. And there are two different ways that you can do this. If you are on a Windows machine, you're going to come down here to the bottom left corner and where you find your different programs that your computer has, and you're going to search for snipping tool. But I am on a Mac, and they work basically the same way. When the snipping tool comes up, then you click new, and the screen will kind of go gray, and then you will just go over the section that you want and highlight it. With the MacBook, you're going to select Shift Command 4, and you get a crosshairs. And when you get that crosshair, you're going to do that same thing. You're going to just drag your mouse across the area that you want to cut. Now I'm going to take this section right here, and I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to come up here to my drive. So this is where I was getting the information from the website. This is my drive. And I'm going to go right here and say new and slideshow, because I want a new slide deck. And then right here, this little drop down, I'm going to open that up, and I'm just going to come over here and select a blank slide. This is going to be my intro slide, but I want a blank slide right now. So I'm going to paste. I'm going to right click and paste that image that I took. There's the image that I originally took. And so now I'm going to go back to my PDF, and I'm going to re-snip Shift Command 4 or the snipping tool. And I'm going to just take the words because I'm fixing to make a new slide. I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to say new, blank slide. And I'm going to do right click, paste. And then I'm going to go back to my PDF, and I'm going to get this second set of images. I'm going to start here and do like this. I'm going to go back to my slideshow, and below that, I'm going to paste this. So now I have that second set of images. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. And move this up just a little bit. And then I'm going to make it the same size, just like that. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make a third slide. I'm going to come here because I just cut this one. So I'm going to copy this, right click, copy, and then I'm going to go right click, paste back in there. And then I'm going to come back up to my PDF and get that last set of pictures with my snipping tool. And come here like this. And take it and put it into my picture, my slide, just like that. And so now I have 3 slides and an intro. And I can go back to that folder. I can take a different image, a different slide, let it open up. I'm going to change the size on this one so that I can see the whole thing. And then I'm going to use my snipping tool again. And I'm going to snip the section that I want. And then I'm going to come back to my PDF, to my slideshow. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to right click and paste. And now I'm going to rotate this one to where it's something my students can actually write on. Like that. And I can spread it out just a little bit for them. Okay, so now I have 4 slides that I'm going to take. I'm going to enter in, let's pick an image over here on the side for my students. We'll just do this blue one right here so that it's not boring for them. And we're going to call this, let's see. It is grade 1, unit 6, lesson 11. So we're going to go over here and we're going to say first grade ELA. This is actually CKLA. Unit 6. Unit 6, lesson 11. And we'll do it like this. Unit 6, lesson 11. And so then we're going to call this ELA week 4, day 5. So I've named it, and then I've got my slides, and we'll just pretend that we have all of the information for this one lesson in here like this. And then I'm going to come up here over to File, and I am going to download these as JPEGs. And so I want to click JPEG, and I'm going to come up here and create a new folder, and I'm going to call this Unit 6, Lesson 11. CKLA, Unit 6, Lesson 11. And say Create. So I've got a new folder here, and I want to click on that folder because that's where I want this to go. And this particular slide is Unit 6, Lesson 11, title. This is my title slide. And so I've saved that. And then I want to come here and I want to file, download, JPEG. It's going to be in that same one. And this is Unit 6, Lesson 11-1. This is my first information slide. I'm going to come here, file, download as a PDF. Same thing, Unit 6, Lesson 11-2. Save. And then I'm going to say file, download, Unit 6, Lesson 11-3. And normally this does not, you don't have to go through all of this, but there is a glitch right now with Google and uploading an entire slideshow into Nearpod. So we're going to say save. Oops. I accidentally forgot to rename that one. We'll just have to remember that's day 4. So now we've gotten all 5 of our slides downloaded. You can also come up here and do it this way, where you say file, download as a PowerPoint, and it's going to open up, and I'm just going to name this CKLA Unit 6, Lesson 11, and say save. So I'll show you both ways that you can do this. And so I've downloaded that as a PowerPoint now onto my computer. And now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to Nearpod. And this is simply nearpod.com. And this is so very simple to upload this. You're going to start right here and you're going to click on Lesson in Nearpod. We do not want to do the lesson in Google Slides because you lose a lot of your capability with being able to do things in Nearpod if you do it that way. So we're going to do right here, Lesson in Nearpod. And then right here is where we're going to drag and drop those or upload those images that we created. Now we've downloaded all of this to our computer and we saved it in this CKLA U6 lesson 11, Unit 6 Lesson 11 image. Now we have all of these different images here and we could select each one of these and we can just say that we want every one of these to be uploaded. And we have named them title all the way through because we downloaded them as individual images. Or you can come here and you can just simply upload the PowerPoint. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say upload PowerPoint. And it is processing my file with those 5 slides in it. And so we're going to wait just a second. It just takes a moment for them to pop in. You can see that it's still processing. Okay, and when those pop in, you have all of your images here that you had in your PowerPoint. Now, the thing is, it turns them into images. So I cannot go in here and edit this slide. I can change this slide by deleting it and going back into my Google slide and editing it that way and then re-uploading that one image. But I cannot go in and change the text on this particular slide because it is an image now. But because of that, I can come in and I can double click on that image and I can record audio for my students. And I can simply take this and click here. And when I am ready to start recording, I can say, students, welcome to this lesson on Unit 6, Lesson 11. Hope you enjoy the lesson. And then it plays back. You have to have your volume on. 11. Hope you enjoy the lesson. And so it plays through, and then I can say save. If I don't like it, I can delete it, and I can change it into something else. And so I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I don't need it on there. And then I can, if I wanted to save my changes, I would click save and exit. If not, I can just cancel. You can get back out, and it comes back to here. But on these, where we're wanting our students to be able to write, I am going to click on this, and up here in this corner, it says convert to draw it. So that's what I want to do with each one of these images here. So right here, I'm going to say convert to draw it. And yes, I do want to convert to draw it. And then I'm going to take out the old image. And so then I'm going to double click on this because I can write some instructions on this page. And I want to be able to write some instructions so my students know what they're looking at. And I'm going to ask them to please complete the page below. Click on the blue up arrow to the left to shrink the instructions to see the whole page. Use the tools at the bottom to write on the slide. And then select submit and finished with this slide to go to the next page. Okay, so these are the instructions that I wanted to give my students. I can actually give them a timer if I wanted to. I can add reference material over here. I can add a video. The videos that come with CKLA are too long to be entered in as is to the Nearpod, but you can record audio recordings here. I can click and record my voice. Whatever the teacher is explaining to them on the video, I can talk them through and explain to them here on this where I can record for them. And then whenever I was telling them to click the blue up arrow, that will take this and make it disappear for them so that they can see the whole screen. And then I'm going to come down here and say save. Now, I've given instructions for my students on this slide. So I'm going to go back in. I want my students to do the exact same instructions on each slide. So I'm going to highlight those instructions and I'm going to copy them. I can take my mouse and right click and say copy and then save again because I want to make sure it's saved. Then I'm going to come in here, click this one, convert to draw. Convert to draw. If I say no, it's not going to save that other slide. I'm going to double click. And I'm going to paste those instructions in here and then say save again. I'm going to come here, convert to draw it. No, I don't want to save the other slide. Double click. paste my instructions in, Control V for paste, save. And then last but not least, I'm going to click here, convert to draw. No, I don't want the original slide. Double click. Control V, save. Okay, so now I have all of my images saved. If you want to preview it and see what your students see, you can go back through like this. So this is the beginning. Your students would go through. They can shrink this if they need to. They will click here. They can change the size of their pen to where it's real small. And then they come over here. What is this image? This is a goose. And your students can write on it just like this. And then down here, a blue submit button would pop up. If they make a mistake, they can come here and they can erase their mistake. And then they can start over by clicking on this. Now, if you want them to mark off the words as they go, okay, I've used goose now. I can mark through that one. And then they go to the next slide. Okay, let's see. This is a mouse. Okay, I've used mouse now. And then they go to the next slide. And so then they go through. They are able to look at each one of the slides, and they can write on the slide. Select my pen. If you use the thick, it's harder to see, so I suggest that they use the thinner pen and the larger eraser so that it doesn't take so much work to erase. And then they simply will submit their work. Now, let me show you what that looks like when they are done. Oh, we need to shrink this back down so I can see. Get out of the preview. And I'm going to come down here and say save. And this is CKLA first grade unit 6 lesson 11. And I'm going to say this is grade 1. And I'm going to call this professional development because this is a training one. And so then you can come in here and you can send it to your students. So you click student paste. And then you click right here in Google Classroom. And they will simply upload it to whatever class you want to upload it to. We're going to upload to here. I want to create an assignment. And say go. And it pops into Google Classroom. I will enter my my lesson name. So this is week 4, day 5, CKLA lesson. And I love to obviously capitalize that second letter. And then this is my Nearpod. And these are the, regular information. I'm going to assign it. And then I can view it in my Google Classroom. It comes up. And so I'm going to show you what this Nearpod looks like as a student. The students must enter their name here. They have to put their name so you know who the Nearpod is written by or who the Nearpod is completed by. And then it goes through and it has them write. Remember, the smaller the pen, the better. And I'm going to say, and I'm just doing this with my finger on a mouse pad. And so they will go through and they will answer each, whoops, I forgot to push submit. And then they will come through again. And they will submit. And so just so you can see what the different images look like, I will go ahead and submit. And then I want to show you in Nearpod and see, so it tells them, okay, you're done. And so I'm going to go into Nearpod and let you see what that report looks like so that you know what your feedback will look like from your students. And so all of the information as your students complete it will all be found right here in this first session. And those were all Draw It activities. So I'm going to click right here on Draw It. And I am going to select the image, and you can see that you will be able to see each individual Draw It that I created or that I completed in here. And they're all saved in one location for the teacher to be able to see. And every image is saved. And so if the parent wants to see what the child has done, you can actually come up here and you can share the results out by sending that to a parent. You can send the report to a parent by doing that individual. You don't want to send the whole thing, but you can do it by individual student right here and send that information out to the parent, or you can send this to an administrator. And we are getting great participation with our students if they are using Nearpod. So I hope that this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, please contact us through the virtual help desk, or you can contact us through our Caddo Teacher Technology website. Thank you very much.